Um, my timer is ticking, so I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Austin. I'm the 910 pastor. I've been here for about 5 years now at North Coast Church. Absolutely love it. It's flown by. I love being on staff here. I'm originally from Quito, Ecuador. I grew up as a missionary kid. I'm the youngest of four, so big family. We moved down there in '99. And then my parents were down there for about 17 years. I graduated high school down there, went to Biola University, studied biblical and theological studies there. Then I worked up at a place called Hume Lake Christian Camps for a few summers, met my wife up there. Her name is Paige Payne. Maybe you've seen her on the Daily Dose or in The Edge. She emceed live like 2 weekends ago, I think. But she's amazing. We have a little girl, Piper, who is just the most fun. She's almost 2, and she is just bubbly and loves to be the life of the party. I had a 910 end of the year leader like extravaganza at our house. We live out in Fallbrook, and Piper was just going around from group of people to group of people, just going like, just squawking. It's like, I don't know where she gets this energy from. It's a mystery to me. But I love 910. I love being here. We've kind of had different crews come and go throughout the years, whether it's leaders or staff, but we just went on a staff retreat with kind of our brand new staff, and I'll explain that here in just a second. But this is Charlene Golnick, I'm sorry. I officiated their wedding last summer. I should know that her name changed. Charlene Golnick in the back there, she is my right-hand gal, associate pastor of 910, makes 910 happen. So you've probably received emails from her already. All of our camp registration goes through Charlene, and then our entire girls side of the ministry. She loves on all of our girl leaders. If you have a daughter in this ministry, she'll be radically impacted by Charlene in some really rad ways. Charlene went to Cal Poly. Actually grew up South Orange County, so just a little bit north of here, and then went to Cal Poly, did a year program out in Texas, and then I randomly got connected with her through my wife, actually. And Charlene's been on staff now 3 years? 3 years now, and is just a rock star. So if you haven't met Char yet, make sure you introduce yourself to her before you leave here, because you'll definitely be in communication with her. And then this is Hunter Jackson, Mr. Hunter Jackson in the flesh. He deserves a clap, honestly. Hunter's amazing. Hunter's been in 910 now for 6 years, longer than I have. And when I got hired, Hunter was an intern in 910, and pretty quickly we got to hire him in 910 under BJ, who is the worship pastor for JH78. And so really cool cohesion there, and Hunter's become one of my dearest friends, and I love, love, love his heart for worship in 910. Worship is a massive part of what we do, not just because it's a check-the-box Christian karaoke, something you have to do at church, but we believe wholeheartedly that the next step of discipleship for a 9th and 10th grader is to learn to engage God in worship through music, and that's not just for people that are musical. I am like the furthest thing from a musical person, and North Coast has taught me so much about the power of worship through music and the active reminding of truth and the unity that exists when the body of Christ worships together. It really is the only thing that we do as a church that we are all engaged in. When someone's teaching a sermon, everybody else is listening. In a life group, one person's talking, everybody's hopefully listening or nodding off, or interrupting if you're in 910. But worship is the thing where we all get to do together. And so Hunter has this huge passion for worship through music, and I love partnering with him. We're always pushing each other and challenging each other. And he also serves on our big church worship team under Mr. Andy Naw right here. Another round of applause. But yeah, we love Hunter, and he's an amazing part of our team. And then our newest member of the 910 team is Mr. Braden Waite back here, which if you have an 8th grade boy, you already know him. And I sat down with Travis about a month and a half ago. The guy's side of the associate pastor world in 910 is a guy named Scott Horner, and I hired him a year ago, and he's a buddy of mine at Biola, actually. And he just got hired full-time by our life groups team here, and so I was like, no. But you have to play nice because it's church. And so I sat down with Travis, and I said, can I pretty please have Braden? And he said no. And I was like, please? He said, okay, let's talk about it. And so Travis and I kind of went back and forth on it. Braden's been a huge part of his team, originally from Arizona. A lot of you probably already know him, but we just got to hire him. It literally becomes official tomorrow. And so he's a brand new part of our team. I love that we have this bridge, this relational bridge already with a lot of your students, because Braden's been in JH for the last 2 years. And so he's a gifted communicator, good friend of mine, way too good of a golfer, which is annoying. But yeah, we love Braden, and we love that he's a part of our team now. So that's our 910 team. It's the 4 of us. And so yeah, we're stoked for this next year. 910 exists to cultivate a community of people that desire to follow Jesus. That is what we exist for. Is over the next 2 years, we want your son or your daughter to be a part of a community and connected relationally. We believe that relationships are the bridge that truth travels over, and so much of what we're trying to do in 910 is cultivate that desire. We believe that if a student can come through 910 and leave desiring Jesus through reading his word and through spending time in prayer, understanding what worship is all about, that will set them up for success in 11, 12, and beyond that. That desire piece is big for us. So we are a bridge ministry. JH78 is this incredible community of, it's kind of wild, right? If you've ever been to a JH78 or stayed, just the pickup and drop off alone, right? This thing is a machine. And so many people come and check out church for the first time in JH78. It's amazing. And then 11, 12 it's the only ministry that I know that only has 11th and 12th graders. And so it's very discipleship focused, and they get to teach, kind of delve into the depths of theology and what is life all about. And then there's 910, and we exist very awkwardly in the middle going, well, that's really fun, and that's like awesome discipleship. So what do we do? How do we bridge this gap? And we've spent the last 5 years learning and asking questions and trying things and failing forward, and then from time to time blowing up entire systems and trying something new, like we are this summer. And so if you've received information or emails or slightly confused, kind of the next thing I want to do is explain to you what a typical week in 910 is going to look like this summer. And then I'm going to touch down on what are summer Sunday nights, what is 910 plus, what's the difference between those two things, and then what we're going to introduce your student into this summer and hopefully beyond. So a typical week in 910 starting this Sunday. This Sunday is our promotion Sunday. We have a super fun Sunday morning planned for your student coming up into 910 and 11, 12. And Arnold is an incredible partner. I love working with him in ministry because his heart is that your 8th grade students coming into 9th grade would feel welcomed, right? Our sophomores are just walking across the lawn. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit intimidating, but it's still the same arena. Your 8th graders are going across the campus into a new atmosphere of high school. And so we kind of have this huge event planned between 9, 10, 11, 12 outside. We're going to have this humongous blow-up slide. We have a pancake bar. We have a full coffee bar. And then we have a VIP booth just for incoming freshmen. And we have a little like merch packet with a letter. We're going to give them some stickers and a journal that says 910 on it. We're big on like note-taking and bringing an old-school paper Bible in 910. We believe in the power of taking notes and remembering, not just so that things go in one ear, not the other. So we're going to hand your student a gift, and then they're going to get a few raffle tickets to enter into a silent raffle that will do 2 of the prizes that morning and then 2 of the prizes at our first summer Sunday night that evening. So come check out the promotion Sunday. We're stoked to be out here on the lawn. Swing by, grab a pancake. We're going to have a ton of food, a ton of great coffee out there, and some other snacks, and then some fun things for your students. So we would love to see you there. And then this Sunday is our first official summer Sunday night. So that's brand new for us. We've never done it before, but we're really, really excited about trying this out for the summer. So for June, July, and August, we actually just, as of this morning, finalized our actual calendar, and it'll be posted live on our website tomorrow morning. So fuel910.com, FUEL910.com. I love the North Coast website. It's a little bit hard to navigate if you're looking specifically for high school, and so we made our own little. We went out on our own and made our own little website. And so fuel910.com, all of our sermons get posted on there. There's like a Hey Parents page on there that has a bunch of information for y'all. We have a podcast that we drop every Monday if you ever want to check that out. And Larry's been on there. One of our head counselors was on there yesterday. It's fun. It's kind of a creative outlet for us to talk about things that we wouldn't necessarily engage in on a weekend sermon, but we get to touch down on topics like anxiety and suicidal ideation and spiritual formation, and these 20-minute podcast episodes that our leaders love, some of our students engage with. So that's all found on our website. You can check it out there. But the calendar will also be on there if you want to check out what we're doing this summer. But our summer Sunday nights start at 6:30, and they go till 8 p.m. So it's an hour and a half every Sunday night this summer. And the heart behind those is that is where community happens. We're going to be doing 30 minutes of, we're going to have some food outside, so some churros and ice cream, a popcorn bar. We'll just have food all summer for the first 30 minutes. We have a bunch of games outside. We're putting 2 pickleball courts in between our 2 buildings. We got cornhole, can jam, spike ball. It's just a fun time of gathering around community of 9th and 10th graders and just introducing them. Like I said, 910 exists to cultivate that community that desires to follow Jesus. A big part of that's just us having fun together. So that's 30 minutes, and then we'll come in here, and for an hour we'll do worship, teaching worship. And again, all summer we're just going to be walking through a series called Jesus Stories. It's called Simply Jesus, where we're telling Jesus stories and just going, hey, who was this guy actually? And we're going to touch down on a few different stories and look at the character of Jesus and who he was. And so that's summer Sunday nights. Come one, come all. We would love to have our entire Fuel 910 community there, and it's a wide open door to invite people to. That's an awesome invite culture. Come and check out 910 and come and check out what we're all about. 910 Plus is what we're doing on Wednesday nights. And that we're doing a retreat on June 20th and June 21st to set up 910 Plus. So next Wednesday is June 15th. That Wednesday we will not have 910 Plus, and a big part of that was to emphasize that we are now officially moving to Sunday nights. Does that make sense? So June 12th is our big first summer Sunday night. June 15th we're not even going to have program here. Then the next Sunday, we'll have Summer Sunday night again, and then June 22nd will be our first 910 Plus. And again, that'll be on our calendar online. You can check it out. But the 2 days before that, the 20th and 21st, we're going down to Rhythm Church. Jeff Moores, who's our old Edge venue pastor and our Jordan pastor here, is graciously hosting us at Rhythm Church, and we're going to do a 2-day retreat to set up 910 Plus. And so what 910 Plus is it's an opportunity for your student to dive deeper. So we're intentionally not using words like leadership team or discipleship team. So you can think in the back of your head, think salt, think light. It's that kind of system. But what we want for 910 Plus is we want it to be an active next step for 9th and 10th graders. And so with what we're trying to do is avoid the student that goes, well, I'm not a leader, and so that's not for me. Or, well, I'm not a big reader, and Bible study's not my jam, and so that's not for me. We really want it to be, man, if you're loving Sundays, our Saturday night services, our Sunday morning services, our summer Sunday nights, come check out 910 Plus. So there's no sign up and you're now a part of 910 Plus for the entire year. We would love that to become a consistent group of people, but it's a pretty wide open door right now for us to test run a next step active discipleship program. And we have big hopes and dreams for what that could become. I'm excited about this retreat to see what comes out of it. And then our heart for 910 Plus is we want that to be the tool that we use to start introducing more service opportunities into 910. We want that to be the tool for which we start introducing things like sit and serve, where they sit in a 910 service and then they go and they serve in places like Coast Kids that always need more volunteers, or the coffee house, or things like that. And so we just went on our retreat with the 4 of us, and we whiteboarded, dreamed up all that we can do with 910 Plus. And so this summer is really a test run, going, what is this going to look like, and how do we disciple 9th and 10th graders by absolutely having weekend services, absolutely having gatherings on Sunday nights, that in the fall we'll have a life group element. We don't do life groups during the summer, but starting at the end of August, we'll have life groups on Sunday nights. And then what is that next step for the student that goes, I'm loving this and I want more? And that's where 910 Plus is going to come in. So I can answer questions on that in just a second. For the sake of time, let me move on to summer camp really quick. On our website, fuel910.com, right at the top, there's a link there's just a photo that says SCLA. If you click on that, SCLA stands for Summer Camp in Los Angeles. We're very creative here at North Coast Church. We call our 9th and 10th grade ministry NineTen. It's great. We call our live venue live. Okay, we're all very creative here. I actually love how literal it is. It's very easy to navigate. I remember when I first stepped foot on North Coast campus, I was like, is this a strip mall? Like, is that a Macy's over there? What is this place? And it's like, live. What's that? They teach live. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And so SCLA, summer camp in Los Angeles, we're going up to Biola University, and we'll be at Biola Sunday through Friday. Drop-off and pickup will be here at North Coast Church in front of the JH room. And we're combined 9, 10, 11, 12, our Rancho Bernardo campus and our San Marcos Escondido campus. We test ran this last summer. We called it SCSD because it was summer camp in San Diego. And we had a great time coming together with like multiple high school ministries, and it was a blast. North Coast had never done that before. And we just had in high school ministries. Junior high's done it a few times, but we tried it, loved it, so we're running it back this summer up at Biola. So if your son or daughter hasn't signed up for that, we'd love to get them signed up. We're about 75% full right now, but we would love to get your son or daughter plugged into that. If finances are a struggle there for signups, I realize that camps, just like anything else, inflation, everything has gone through the roof. And so if for whatever reason getting your son or daughter there is a financial hurdle, we would love to put a scholarship form in your hands, and we work with Travis and the junior high team to do our absolute best to bring as many of your kids to camp as possible. So we'd love to put that in your hands today, or shoot me an email, shoot Charlene an email, and we'd love to get that to you. Lastly, ways that you can get involved. 3 ways that you can get involved in 910. Number 1 is we're currently building a safety team. Our head of security for all of North Coast Church is a guy named Tim. He's amazing. He's a retired policeman. He was in the force for, I think, 25, 30 years, something like that, and is an incredible man. I've loved working with him. And he's been present quite a bit on 910 Wednesday nights, and is now kind of challenging me to build my own safety team. And so that's where we all come in, is we're looking for some safety volunteers of people that are willing to step forward. And it really, all you have to be is an able-bodied adult, and Tim will train you. So he's like, if you get somebody who's willing, I'll train them. So you don't have to be a cop, you don't have to be a firefighter, none of those things. You don't have to like know jujitsu or anything. It's if you're willing to be here one Wednesday night a month, once every 6 weeks, whatever that is, we can work around your schedule. We're kind of building a volunteer team, and then we're going to train that volunteer team and then go from there. That's number 1. Number 2, a big part of Sunday nights for us is Wednesday nights are busy nights with sports. All of our leaders are young adults. A lot of them go to school or they work all day. Sundays allow us the opportunity. For sure, we go to church on Sunday mornings, but Sunday evenings are pretty wide open. So a big part of what I'm excited about is cultivating a leader community. That's a big part of my job in 910. I feel like a principal at a school more than a teacher sometimes, where I oversee our staff, our interns, our volunteer leaders, and then they typically know your students a lot better than I do. But a part of cultivating a healthy team is we do a lot of trainings with them, and right now we do those on Sunday mornings. We're aiming to move them to Sunday evenings, and I'm looking for some volunteers, some families that would be willing to cook a meal for my volunteer leaders. We have about 25, 30 of them, and we'd love to do a meal once a month. And so if that's something that you're interested in, shoot me an email, and I'd love to talk to you guys about what that would look like to get them fed. And then last but not least, I am going to go slightly over on this one, but it's an important topic. I feel like I'm a missionary kid, and so I grew up writing like support letters, and we would come back to the U.S. every other summer and do the church tour. My parents were on support my entire life. And I feel like every support letter I've ever read is like, if you would like to donate financially, here's the link that you can donate. And then if you can't donate financially, please partner with us in prayer. You know, it was always like prayer was like the soft, like, if you can't give money, pray. And I genuinely grew up believing like, oh, if somebody can't give money, then they do the second best thing, which is then pray, right? And I've been really convicted with that of prayer is not a tertiary way that you can get involved as a parent. If I can be totally frank with you, 9-10 is really hard. These 2 years they're difficult years. And some of you will have a son or daughter that goes through 9th and 10th grade and just like thrives. a lot of you will have ninth and 10th graders that are very difficult. I was an extremely difficult ninth and 10th grader. If you need somebody to talk to that will empathize with you, I can give you my mom's number. She's also a counselor. She could walk you through how she dealt with me for 2 years. But it's just a difficult 2 years. And so we find ourselves at a really unique crossroads. We're not an authority figure in their life. We're not a principal at a school. We're not a coach. We're not a parent. And we really get to merge and come alongside your student and walk through these 2 years, constantly pushing them back to Jesus. We have an incredible team. Our young adults, volunteers, they're not just warm bodies that are here on a Wednesday night or on a Sunday night. They are passionate disciples following Jesus who can turn around and look at high school students and say, follow my example as I follow the example of Jesus. That's a huge criteria for us when it comes to recruiting leaders. And so what I ask for from you is that you just be praying for us. Pray for our staff. Pray for our volunteer leaders. Pray for your student. I constantly challenge my leaders, pray for your students by name. It'll change the way you show up on a Sunday night. It'll change the way you show up on a Wednesday night if you're praying for them by name. And so I just invite you into that with us. We're praying like crazy for our students. We do a prayer meeting every Sunday night, previously it's been Wednesday nights. Before the night starts, after we've set up, we just take 15 minutes as a staff with whatever students are around. We just invite them into it and go, hey, we're just going to pray over the night. One of my favorite verses is a proverb. It says, we can prepare the horse for battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. And that's just a big passion piece for us. I love program. I love worship. We're going to have a ton of fun with your students. But at the end of the day, we prepare this horse for battle, but we just constantly go, all right, Lord, the victory belongs to you. And these are going to be 2 hard years. And a lot of the times we watch the light bulb click and they go, I get it. Like, I want to chase after Jesus. And then they go to 11, 12. And it's like, cool. Okay. Arnold, got you another one. Okay, here you go. And then we turn back around to an 8th grade class and go, okay, all right, let's do this. We can do this. And so keep praying for us. We absolutely love 910. It feels like a mission field for us. And our team is passionate about what we do. We love, love, love what we do.